What?
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 I clicked the button. We're on now.
Oh, the button? Like the button you're not supposed to click?
I clicked it. It was there. I clicked it.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
What do you want me to do?
Man, now
It
we
was
just
a button, so I clicked it.
now we just lost a game.
Oh.
We're done.
Oh.
We're done. You did it.
Chris is
Not
trying
gonna lie,
not to.
it's like right there in the corner of the screen. It looks like there's a little volcano. That's kind of cool.
Well,
It works. Move it.
we're trying to keep the gnats away, so sorry guys. Don't put it too close to Lemmy.
I don't want. I'm not touching it now.
Yeah, for some reason the bugs here in Florida are a little rowdy tonight.
Yeah, well it's the gnats. And
Robert, good evening.
Hi Rob.
At least they're not the bitey kind.
Also, I told him
Yeah, that's true. They're not the bitey kind.
don't melt Lemmy if you.
I'm not gonna melt Lemmy.
Yeah,
Be
No,
careful
don't
around
knock
Lemmy.
Lemmy off again. I don't know if I can fix him a second
I just
time.
don't want to touch anything, to be honest. I'm just gonna sit here in my little corner.
That's good.
I know. That's what I should
That's
do.
where you need
Look,
to
Stay
he's
here.
finally learning. He's
Took me long enough. Hi
We are
guys.
Pints and Pistons.
He said we are Pints and Pistons.
Pints and Pistons.
Pints and Pistons.
Something like that. Yeah.
Pints and Pistons.
We're
We are the only live YouTube automotive and alcoholic beverage show.
Yay! God damn, that really is rolling.
Easy.
Rolling coal.
Yeah, it is rolling coal.
We got diesel
Yeah,
over
that
here.
thing's going to a full diesel bro over there.
Right.
But for me in this general vicinity, I'm that free, so I'm happy.
Well, they're not
they
really,
are
they're not
already-
like
they are definitely going away.
They are.
Okay.
bothersome. But yeah, it definitely looks like it's had a deft delete setup going on there, over there.
Yeah. Sorry, just for some reason we turned that light on and it's instantly just every single gnat in Citrus County is like,
Nat City.
I need to
Right,
be
Nat
there.
City.
There's a party
Nat
going
City.
on. I'm
Nat
coming.
City.
Right.
You know, looking at the amount of smoke that's putting off, Gale Banks would not be impressed.
No, he wouldn't,
You'd
because
be
that's
very angry about that.
Yes, he would be in his, typical
Come
very.
on, guys. You're putting way too much fuel through it.
yes.
Come on, guy. And you say you're about airflow.
Yep. Oh man.
That video was
Childhood.
brutal
Oh,
and
so
fantastic all at the
great.
same
That's
time.
my childhood right there.
But then again, Gale Banks is also the guy that released like what, a 3 or 4 part video just on what diff covers actually do.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
And pointing out the
Those
fact that all
fins-
these fancy
fins
milled
ones?
aluminum
Yeah,
gift
no,
covers
just
are
because it
actually
had-
damaging
Garbage.
your
Just
rear.
because it has fins does not mean it's gonna do good. Just stick with your
Air
OEM
cool.
one. Yeah, no, just stick with your OEM
So
one.
then what does he come up with? He comes with a properly shaped cover that has the fins on the back of it, and it actually has a scoop underneath it to direct the air up under, and his testing was on a rolling road with a wind machine and literally had temperature sensors all over the damn place.
Yep.
Because Gale Banks.
Oh no, damn's okay. Damn's okay.
Because Gale Banks.
Right. No, watching his videos on that stuff is just fantastic.
Oh,
Oh,
well-
seems like there's a curse word trying to come out. You can't contain yourself.
It was a bug.
We're gonna try tonight, guys.
It
We're
was a
gonna
bug.
try to keep this family.
Alan, this is for you. We're trying, bud. We are trying. You told me everything this weekend, and we are trying.
I usually try, but then these 3 get going, and I just kind of give up.
Yeah,
Right.
no, we're trying. We are trying because we want you to be able to sit down with your kids and actually watch this one. Because I know so the angriest he ever gotten with one of our videos was the time we were talking about EVs, how it was like they're horrible and all that stuff, and he pointed out Dan, and he wanted to punch Dan in the face.
Probably gets that a lot, though.
And I'm like, I don't blame you. He's punchable. He's like, oh my god. And so like, but I'm also at the same point going, one of our episodes got that type of reaction to it. Like,
Awesome.
that's
Like,
awesome.
we pulled that kind of emotional response.
Like here, I'll give you $5. Punch Dan in the face.
Just look
Like,
and get it on camera. Here, wait a minute. No, don't punch me yet.
yeah.
Okay, go.
World star.
Exactly.
YOLO.
Exactly. But no, like, it's one of those, well, Alan, of course, with his wonderful, Subaru and all
By the
that.
way, oh, dude, you have to get that for doing it.
Oh,
Get the
yes.
other one, get one that I brought for you guys.
Yes,
I found it. It amazed
sorry.
me.
But Alan, TST
It
Auto.
amazed me that I found 4 of them in the same place.
Right?
At least it's
Do you want to grab
It's
glasses
Citrus
while
County.
you're in there?
I didn't find them here.
no.
No.
In Citrus County, you can at least find them because
Here's this. I need to go pick it up.
in Savannah, the 2 Walmarts that were near me both had a heavy following of Hot Wheels scalpers because every time you go in there, the Hot Wheels section would just be picked clean. There'd be nothing there but the fantasy cards.
Yeah, all that's been at our Walmarts the last few times that I've been, it's all been like the tuned cars and the fantasy cars and all that kind of stuff. Found a couple ones here and there, like that really sweet that 71 or 72 911 RS,
Yeah.
the yellow one. But that was one of the $2.20 ones because of the fancy package. But I mean, it was an air cooled with a ducktail, so I'm buying it.
Those irritate me.
Yeah, it's the same damn mainline car.
It is the same product in a different print,
Yeah.
and it's the same irritation I get from Magic cards. No, you're not going to convince me that this piece of cardboard with ink on
There we
it
go.
is
But
worth
you
more
put
than another piece of cardboard with ink on it because the ink is in a different configuration.
I am very happy with that one. I'm getting glad.
I've ran out of room to put them up. I have like 7 or 8 I need to put up, but I need to like do something on in my garage. Maybe get rid of one of my
Do
signs.
you have any R33s?
I think I've already. Didn't I give you?
You did send me some. I don't remember which. Because I only have like one R33, and it's the
Did I not give you the extra one I had?
No.
Okay, I need to remember. I'm bad about that, but I do. I have a couple duplicate R33s.
Yours is
if
not
I'm
cold
mistaken.
because I freshly washed it.
I'm okay with that.
So,
Oh, so he gets a freshly clean one, and we get this
well, no, yours
frozen bacteria.
Yes.
Hey, I'm happy.
I'm happy
to.
too.
Juice one. I've yet to have a
Also,
juice.
I'm always happy.
Whack us.
It's the whack and stick.
So,
I'm glad I'm over here, but I mean,
It's
you probably
the-
still reach.
I've got some reach, buddy.
Ow!
It's the anti-cursing stick.
Okay, like I said, this one I got limited wingspan, but I can pop over there. But my other arm is full. This one's got the
I'm
full
screwed.
wingspan.
I'm done for, aren't I?
Yeah, this one's got the full wingspan.
I might have to hide tonight.
There is no hiding.
No.
There is no escape.
Only Zool.
There's only whack.
So, don't know who brought this one.
That would be Mr. Chris.
I hope we haven't had that.
Low key.
No, we
No, we
have,
have
not.
not.
But
Okay.
we've had water that is more potent than this.
I didn't look at that. I just saw. Oh, okay. I'll try it.
3.6%.
Really?
Hey, might be
Alright.
an easy drinker then, bud.
Wait a minute, what's Coors Light at?
4.5.
Congratulations, Chris. You're the first one that has
Oh,
managed to step us down from a Coors Light.
All right, and it's
Well-
hey, it's only 95 calories too.
That's probably why it's
Hey,
low
it's-
percentage.
Okay, so
That's over there. It's better than
It's from Dewclaw.
Hey,
I figured it would be good.
automatically.
Alright.
I'm gonna say it's better than
Michelob Gold Organic.
yeah.
every beer we will ever try will be better than that one, Dan.
Also, I do like Dewclaw. Dewclaw is an amazing brewery. Oh, it
I'm
smells
having
good.
Faith in the Dewclaw. It's really light.
I'm okay with that.
It's really light.
Come on, I'm trying to figure something out.
Not a lot of foam either.
Don't hurt yourself, Dan.
So let me bring the glass up here, or the can up here. For
What's the alcohol
display.
percentage on that? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
It's light.
I wonder if this is less or more, because I think this might be actually less than that. Oh, it's really blonde. It's very pretty.
It's very, very clear.
Ah, and there is a read-in on this one if you want to go for it.
Nice.
Unfortunately, there is no read-in on the one that I brought.
Whoa,
No.
I can
I
smell
know.
it from here.
It's more than that.
I think it is more than that.
All right, so
Well, it's less than
low
that.
key,
No, I
low
mean-
calorie
You
wheat
smell
ale
that?
with pineapple flavor. I didn't see the low calorie part. That's why. Look on the light side with this one-of-a-kind brew, bursting with pineapple flavor yet low on calories. This sip was made for your sweet moments of chill. Enjoy the easy tropical breeze with crisp notes of citrus and pine. After all, sometimes less is more. So, we'll see. We got a 12-ounce can with 95 calories, 5
It
grams
smells
of carbs,
really good.
1
It
gram
does,
of
I could-
protein, and 0 grams fat.
We've done a couple things from Dewclaw, haven't we?
Yeah.
Oh, Dewclaw is one of my favorite breweries.
And we will look at the glass here and see this thing is just about see-through.
Yeah, there's no need
It's-
to put
it's
a
piston
there's
and
no-
glass,
There's
you
no
know.
need to put a light through it because, well,
But-
all the light comes through it.
But it smells like pineapple.
It really does smell really good. Also, by the way, wearing my Spooky Empire shirt with my Spooky Empire glass, so
Yes, your Spooky Empire Subaru shirt.
Not a lot of smell, though.
Mmm.
that's good.
Oh, wow.
That's good.
That's really good.
Hey!
Hey, that's really good.
That's really good.
I mean, it's okay. there's not a lot.
No,
of
no,
flavor
no.
at all.
Mainly pineapple.
Very
Everything,
little flavor.
There's
like
not a
it
lot of
says,
flavor, it's very
everything
light.
is low key.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
everything that is there, even though it's low key,
It's low key good.
It's-
Just saying.
you get like there's pineapple. It's there. It's a hint of pineapple. Hey, it's
Just
you
on
know
the aftertaste.
it's a wheat ale. It's there slightly. Like it's not overpowering anything.
Dude, that's really good.
But this is a very refreshing beer.
I'll give it that. It's very refreshing, but that's
The only problem is you can pound them down.
yeah,
though.
it's about all it's got, I think.
Yeah.
It's refreshing. It's got some
I'm
pineapple
with
flavor.
You. I'm
It's-
a little
it's
bit
wet.
reticent here. Yeah, it's
It's wet.
It's got some flavor in it.
It has a little bit of
Well,
color.
it's one of those. Would I rather have a would I rather buy a Coors Light over this? Yes, but I'm
No.
not mad at it though.
I would rather have this over a Coors Light.
I think I would too, to be honest. Just because the pineapple flavor, it's there.
Especially like if I'm at a party and
Hey,
I want
no,
to drink
no,
6
no,
beers,
no.
this would be the beer.
Price point.
I don't care.
See, that's when I care because when I want to do like, trust me, there's times where I want to do quality over quantity, and I want to have 4 beers that will be great and that. And then there's times to where I'm like, I'm buying a 24 pack of Natty Light and I'm getting hammered. I caught myself there many times. You're welcome, Alan.
I was eyeballing the.
So
the-
I saw
it's-
that. You were staring at
It
it.
is between, hey, I'm gonna have a nice night at the house to, I'm at Spooky.
Fair enough.
I started drinking at 10 o'clock in the morning,
I still
which
say,
did
it's a
happen
proper,
on Thursday
Proper good
and
though.
Friday.
Not bad.
It's not offensive.
It's not. I like it. I really do like it. And you found this one in the Chris River, right?
Yep.
That's where I found mine.
I'm not. I don't hate it. It's
No,
just,
I'm not mad. I'm not
like,
mad. It's it's
not
basically
like,
not-
Oh my god, that was the greatest ever, and I'm gonna have to go get more of it.
it's
I don't think I would
basically
buy it.
That could also just be our standards too, though.
it's one of those. It's basically
How far we come.
non-descriptive, and that it's
It's
beer.
anonymous.
It's beer.
Yes.
That's
That's it. It's anonymous. It's very forgettable.
So,
Yeah.
it's forgettable, but not forgettable because it's one of those. You take a sip of it, you know for a fact it's not the big 4 of light beers. It's not Coors Light. It's not Bud Light. It's not Natty Light. It's not Michelob Ultra. It's not those.
It's the one
But-
thing it really has going for it. It doesn't have any of the
Yeah,
big fours
flavors.
problems.
Yeah,
It doesn't have any of their.
but it's one of those.
flavors.
It's along the same lines, but. So basically, between the Metallica, Slayer, Anthrax, and
Robert
Megadeth.
H. said
This-
the
this-
Iowa of like.
No,
beers.
this is the exodus of the big 4.
No. This is Winger.
No, because I'm not 17.
I can't even say it. I totally destroyed Mike's like of that song.
Are we doing band?
Because it's a
It's 3
a
doors
pedestal.
down.
Oh, yeah.
It's 3 doors down. It's good. It's well produced. It's got catchy lyrics and all. It's just
It's Creed. No, this is Creed.
yeah. That's a better analogy. It's Creed. Wow, it's really well.
Let
produced
me
and
take
everything,
you higher.
But it's not something you're ever like. I really want to listen to that.
It's
Creed
not
song."
Pearl Jam and Eddie Vedder. It's the knockoff of that, and you're like,
Right.
oh, this tastes familiar. No, okay, all right. Well, it's familiar, so.
I'm glad I tried
I think
it.
I figured it out. I think I figured out which 80s band this is. This is Slaughter.
Oh God, they're so horrible now.
If it comes on the radio, I guess it's all right.
Right.
But you're not going to buy the CD.
That makes me
I'm
feel
You're
not
not
like
gonna download
mad
it.
that I'm drinking it.
You're not even going to go through the trouble of pirating that shit off of YouTube somewhere.
But this is
Because
not
somebody will play it on the radio again. at
but
some
this
point
is
that
not
I still
like-
don't care.
like Love Hate, to where you thought it would be something like this, but it turns out to be absolute bangers.
Amazing.
And yeah, no. So no, I know what you mean because it's one of those Slaughter had, love of a lifetime and then up all night, sleep all
and
day,
Fly to the Angels.
and that's it. And then it was
So story time about Slaughter.
horrible live,
So
horrible live.
me and a couple friends went to one of the 98 Rock concerts that was now Amelie Arena.
Also, I hate you, and Alan probably because I don't think Alan went to Iron Maiden last night, and I know he is a super Iron Maiden fan, and I don't think he went to Iron Maiden last night. So
So-
we're all jealous of you on that.
So it's completely unplanned. It was the best unplanned afternoon, evening I've ever had. So anyway, so we went to see, one of the 98 Rock, the big festivals that was going around with.
This was also a long time ago.
With Def Leppard and Cinderella.
What
and
year was
Dokken.
this?
I do like it though.
This was 95.
I do too.
I do like
And
it.
later
For
90s.
some reason.
So this was later 90s. So as we walk
Hold
in
on,
and trying to
one
find
second. That's how we feel about Creed. It's one of those. You don't want to admit it. It's not Nickelback because everybody hates Nickelback, but it's one of those.
But Nickelback's not that bad. The internet did that,
What
especially.
did Nickelback ever do to anybody?
Especially, I don't know if y'all have heard the new
Follow
Nickelback
their
song. I
dreams.
think it's
Because
called like
they're
Santa Monica or something like that.
So what?
Hey, the newest Nickelback
I'm a
song is a
Canadian.
proper banger.
No, you're part French Canadian, completely different animal.
Completely.
You're like from the middle section.
You're like the elitist Canadian.
Hold
Yeah,
on,
you're like
were you
from the middle
born
section.
in Canada or born in Florida?
Regardless.
No, it doesn't
No,
matter.
no.
You were born in Florida. correct?
Regardless.
Okay, no,
You're not
no, wait a
Canadian.
minute.
You're Floridian.
Now this almost has a little bit to go because as an OG Florida man who comes from OG Florida man, I
Kind
kind
of
of have
has
a theory
Florida
on
Man
this.
stories.
Well, here's the thing:
Yeah, look at his leg.
80%, 80%. Okay, people like me are only 20% of the state's population. 80% of y'all came from somewhere else. So 80% of
I was
Florida
actually
man's-
born here though.
80% of the Florida man stories you read about are actually the idiots that came from all these other states.
You're not wrong.
So what happens is these idiots they decide they can't handle their state, so they come to Florida, and then they realize, wow, this is Florida. I can pretty much do whatever I want. And they go a little nuts.
After we warned him, hey,
Might want to just ease it off a little bit. You gotta ease into this thing. So you
meth
kinda
is a
find-
hell of a drug. Stop.
So you gotta ease into it and sort of find where things are comfortable for you. Don't just jump in, both feet deep in. So then you have idiot number one, idiot transplant number one, gets here, sort of assimilates to Florida. And then you have idiot number two transplant, comes to Florida and assimilates. They breed and create
Mega idiot.
They create what is technically a Florida man, but not quite.
Half-breed mutt.
But not quite. Because Idiot 1 and Idiot 2 don't really have the full background of growing up as a Florida man to properly bring up their little Florida man. So now you've got first-generation Florida man. First-generation Florida man finds another first-generation Florida idiot, and then those two get together and somehow manage to breed, and then they create an actual Florida man.
Right.
Because these two, having figured out how to grow up as a Florida man, now have the lessons to pass on to the next generation, and that's when you get the true, laid back, not a problem Florida man. So it
And
takes
somehow
a while.
the small
Man
Florida man
robs
off of that
Wendy's
has
using
grown
alligator.
and
Say
lived.
what?
Man robs Wendy's using alligator.
That's
No,
transplant idiot number one.
Do you remember that when that happened?
Yeah, but that's transplant idiot number
See,
one.
but you're overlooking the integer here. You're trying to apply base statistics. You're saying that 80% of people aren't from here and they're not really Florida men. But what you're missing is that 20% that does all the Florida man stuff.
Yes.
20% of the 80% you're talking
No,
about.
20%. The 20% that are genuine, true, tried and true Florida men.
That's the problem, though.
They are the ones that do all
I
of
was
the
gonna say,
Florida
well,
man
That's
stuff.
the problem.
Hey,
we're not the
technically-
ones that do all of that.
Technically,
Because-
me, you, and Dan are actual Florida men, and also Sabrina. She is a Florida woman.
So,
Bless you.
So like I said, I mean, like OG
Bless
Florida
you.
man is used to the whole Florida thing because we grew up understanding that hey, we're in Florida. There's other people.
I
not,
do.
and they're
Don't
weird.
stuff your finger up a alligator's butthole.
Thanks for keeping that clean.
Because if you do that, you're gonna have a bad time.
I've heard that certain turtles don't like that either. They tend to get a little bit rowdy.
Ooh, yeah.
Snapper turtles. Oh, why do you think I don't go in rivers?
These things are mean.
And that's another misconception. Everybody thinks that they should need to be afraid of the gators and
No,
everything.
no.
Those
Moccasin-
are the snapping turtles.
No, it's snapping
things-
turtles
those
and snakes.
You need
If
to
I
be-
see a gator, I know gator's there. Hi, gator. You're not gonna come after me unless I come after you. You're just swimming on your merry way. You see a water moccasin a mile away and go, "Hi,
It's-
Mr. Water Moccasin."
He said, "I'm coming to kill you."
Exactly. It's one of
And I'm dead.
yeah.
exactly.
It's one of those. He's like, "Oh, all right.
Dinner.
You're in my water. I'm a mile away." come on, come on,
What-
come on.
what
I'm
are you-
coming for you. I'm
What are
coming for you.
doing? What are you doing in these waters?
man.
What's new in my wallet?
It's the wild hogs out in the forest.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
They're the ones that don't even leave the bones behind.
No.
Just saying.
Yep.
No, and yeah, alligator.
Why do you need an AR-15? Because there are wild boar.
Well, it's just a pig.
No, that is a ball of hatred.
And that's coming from me with 20 of them on my property at work that I have been dealing with that are
That
literally
is a
fornicating.
destructive and hateful ball of
Listen,
Literally
I
want
fornicating.
with the car.
Fornicating
and it laughed at you.
at the
Yes.
front entrance of my work. Like, doing their deed.
That's rude.
At the front entrance as
don't- they
me
don't
and
get-
my
they don't get
principal are
nothing.
standing
They
there
don't
like,
You go
now
out
what?
there. You go out there. No, you
now
go out
what? I'm like, he's like, yeah, and he's like, go get. I'm like, I'm like, you go. He's like, I'm like, I'm gonna open up the side gate and tell everybody to come through the side gate. He's like, yeah, that's probably a good idea. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna go through the side gate now.
And one thing I will give this beer in the plus section, the drinkability.
Yeah,
That
there's
goes
almost,
down easy.
It's
there's
beautiful.
almost no carbonization. I mean, honestly, the Coors Light has more carbonization than
Yeah.
this.
Brian, you have a couple of items in front of you, and
I
I believe
do.
we're doing a little bit of show and tell.
I do. And so should we do? Because I think yours is probably definitely way more limited. I think yours is more special. We should save it.
A lot more special.
So anyway,
Oh, and Alan's watching right now, so yeah, go.
so every now and then, because I mean, who didn't start out as a car guy because their parents bought them Hot Wheels when they were little,
Right?
and it kind of goes to this day.
Well, and that was the thing. Like I'm the youngest. My oldest sisters always wanted candy bars. Like if you were good in the store, you were able to get one candy bar. Really don't have a sweet tooth, so it was one of those. I don't want a candy bar. Can I get a Hot Wheels? But it was the same price as a candy bar.
Yeah.
I got Hot Wheels.
Yep. And then my dad gave me a bucket. I had a bucket full of Hot Wheels.
Oh, I had so many Hot Wheels.
So yeah, most of the Hot Wheels that I had actually came from other people. Sort of, I'll buy some here and there, but a lot of them came from these guys and other friends who see one and go, this is cool, Brian will like this one.
Right.
Something automatic.
Automatic shift.
All right, come on.
Yeah.
There it goes. So, Brian Two Legs
Mm-hmm.
was in one of the Walmarts out, in an Ellen Walmart, and he sends me a picture of a white Z Proto, and I'm like, ooh, must have. So he grabbed it for me. Well, and I got bored 3 weeks ago, a month ago, and headed up to a different Walmart in Ocala, and happened to find Z Proto in the launch color.
Yep.
Not only that, I found 4 of them.
Well, here,
Let me see that.
give it to Chris.
It even has the.
Hold on,
It
watch,
even.
Hey, watch the camera.
It even has the gold wheels, almost like the rays on like the bronze rays on the actual launch car.
Have
And
you,
I think they
Oh, yeah.
and I think they did a pretty nice damn job on it.
have you seen the crazy one right now?
No,
The Alpha Omega people, AMS. Yeah.
Oh, it's
I know they've already started tuning on one.
They already got it in the
Like
nines.
9 second.
Yeah, they already got
Call
it.
it the 600Z or
They,
whatever.
Yeah.
they already got it in the nines.
It's basically the Devil Z.
I forgot whose this one is.
I think that one was
I was
mine.
gonna
I
say,
just
yeah,
grabbed
mine's
it from
already.
the.
But yeah, I actually lucked out and didn't just find just one of them in the launch color. I
Yeah.
actually found 4 of them,
Which is awesome.
and that was all I found. And I was like,
Oh,
hell yeah!
you just got me on a side tangent. Have you seen one of the ones for sale with a dealer markup yet at a certain dealership?
No.
Would it be our local dealership?
No, just a picture that circulated. I think it's a dealership in the Midwest, possibly. Do you know where that dealership was?
I read that somebody was putting a markup on one, but they didn't have it yet.
Yeah, so
They have it now.
had a little markup, tiny one, you know,
What, like
$100,000?
$2,000
They put a $100,000 markup on it.
$60,000 markup, so it's $115,000.
What?
No, it's 105.
No, 105. Yeah, I knew there was a 5 and a 1. $105,000.
$45,000 MSRP and a $60,000 markup for $105,000. Oh,
What? Holiday Hootie Woody.
that's nuts.
Yeah. That's a hard one to keep the fly swatter down about.
And
Just saying.
Well, it's one of
good luck
those.
financing that.
It's the same thing with Did you see the thing that that was about the guy trying to buy a 2023 Honda Civic Type R, Annette, and he was trading in like it wasn't a Ridgeline. What's their SUV?
Pilot.
Yeah, like top of the line.
Those are pricey too.
It was paid off and all that stuff. Like it was gonna be $36,000 towards everything and all that stuff.
Oh wait.
Still
I
afterwards
did.
with like all the markup and all that stuff, it was still gonna be $65,000, and he was gonna do with the $30-something-thousand down for that. The payment was still gonna be like $1,500 a month, and I'm like, what? And that was for a 6-year loan.
Well, anyway, something cooler. You want to show us the other
Yes.
package you have here?
Yes, Mike.
Yes.
This is all Mike. Mike
So-
has something that is pretty
Well,
freaking
and
cool.
we'll end up putting it towards the camera, but this was my wonderful buy this weekend. And Alan, I know you're watching, and I talked to him on Saturday. And I'm like, I need to get one. So this is one of the 22Bs that
Which
Hot
I
Wheels
have.
came
I
out with.
I have it as it came.
I have that
But-
one too.
But it is with all the proper logos of Alan's actual rally car that is a first place and championship winner. And I had to get it because,
And it's like 1 of 50.
yeah, it was one of 50 that they did. And Alan is a wonderful supporter of the channel. And
Oh, yeah.
that, like, seriously, guys, like, this
Get the
card's
shirt.
on my shirt. This card's on my shirt. So it's
The
one of those.
striper of light beer.
Yeah, it's one of those. This car's on my
Forgot
shirt,
all about
and
those
that.
guys.
If you guys haven't checked them out,
Fitting, it's fitting.
TST Auto out of Orlando, amazing shop. If you have anything that's Subaru, bring it to them. They know what they're doing. They aren't just like a random shop that works on. They are a race winning shop. And they have supported us since we began.
Yep.
And every single time I talk to Alan, he's so excited that we talk to each other about their stuff. And we were talking this weekend about, possibly doing a tour of their shop and then, going out to a race and watching him do his wonderful thing that he does,
You
because
mean a field trip?
Field trip.
well,
Twist my arm.
Really does do.
well, it's one of those, like, watching him race, like, it's like you watch him get into the
Well,
mode
could
and
you
he
imagine us setting
goes.
Chris's
Oh.
camera up over there?
And that's what I was telling him about. I was telling him about the new camera and that. But, like, when Alan gets into race mode, and then also he has that wonderful British accent that, like, melts Sabrina. So, like, it's...
You know one thing I've
It's
noticed
good.
too? I wonder if he does it, and I don't know why it's taken me this long to notice it, because one of the
Also,
only
if you wanna
one of the
show
only
that.
sports I actually follow is WRC.
It's so hard to find coverage of it.
I know, but like, I want to know if he does it too, and if it's just a thing, because I just now noticed it, because mainly they didn't always put a ton of different cameras in the vehicles like they do now. Just about every WRC
Can you see it?
driver,
Yeah.
Yeah.
when they're
Yeah,
racing,
it looks good, Chris.
you can tell they're in tunnel mode, and they always have their mouth open. Like,
Yeah.
But what I
who
wanted
was-
to...
Who was it? I think it was Petter Solberg. I think some people sort of nicknamed him Blinky because
Yeah.
he doesn't blink.
No,
The entire stage.
his eyes stay open.
He doesn't
He's
blink.
focused. But what I wanted to say though is I'm pretty sure I had like sent pictures to you guys too, and I did some research too. I couldn't find anything out, but that package that one was just in with the black 22B, I have two of them, and they both have the black image on the card. One's black, one is 100% gray. Definitely
Now-
gray.
Now I've got to look. I've got the blue one. I'm gonna have to look at the package to see what color.
See, and I
see
was
what color the
I
card
was
is.
hoping I would
'Cause
have
my
gotten
blue
the,
one, the package is blue, but like I have a black one that's black like that with those wheels,
I think
and then
they
I
did,
have
I think they did a red one too.
and then
Yeah, so I was
Metallic
hoping
one.
I was really hoping I got one that had the blue back card on it and that, but
Take what you can get.
take what I
Oh,
can
yeah.
get, and it was one of those, like, it was
Still
an hour
super
after
awesome.
they opened because VIPs could get in there before, and literally I was waiting at the door and ran, and Alan saw me, and I'm like, gimme.
I need the-
Oh.
Trailer.
grinders. All right. So
Today,
No, and Alan sent me a video. So hold on, let me open it.
I'm
really
coming.
Quick. That's a. So it's his. This was championship run from 2021.
Oh, is that at the farm?
I was gonna say
Yeah.
it's at the firm, right?
That's his in-car view. No.
Oh, so it's like almost like rallycross. It's
Oh
like
no,
that.
he hits jumps. Watch him hit jump. Like
With rallycross.
he airs his stuff out and all that stuff.
Was that a JDM car?
No, it was
right.
a regular one. He's had this car since Alan, what, 2002? 2002, 2003. He's had this car, but he converted it over to right-hand drive. And that, but what, like, he'll get airborne and all that
At least
stuff.
and those courses too, when they're rallying or not rallying,
Yeah.
tarmac and dirt.
His wonderful slide.
Woo!
That looks like so much fun.
It does.
Sorry guys, we're watching the video. Oh yeah, no, it is.
Love it.
And then,
Yeah, that's
Right.
cool.
like, that car. Oh yeah. Oh, and I just missed it.
The jump.
Hold on. Through the air. Hold on. Aired out. Yeah. No. It's,
But so
I love it when Alan goes racing because it's amazing. It's amazing.
so would you guys like an update on the unfortunate Elantra N owner of
Yes.
California?
Yes.
I thought you were gonna say your RX-7 nuts.
There are no updates on the RX-7.
I mean, I even sold. Hey, I sold my project.
That would be worth a.
No, because I was supposed to get Project Topless like running before that, but like I sold that one and.
I was gonna self-flag that. I was gonna figure that one.
Anyway,
Sorry, Dan, I didn't mean any of that.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. The last time I saw the car with an engine in it, it was a small block Chevy out of the square body.
it's on jack stands right now. Anyway,
The
so
square body or the engine from the square body?
Hey, like
the car.
that post we did, Project Car Owner, last tagged in 2012, on Jack Sands, letter from the HOA.
Yes.
Jake's
That's about
catalog.
3 years away from an ad saying Randwin Park. No low ballers. I know what I got.
it's on jack stands with half of the engine bay primed and shaved. But anyway,
So what happened with Hyundai Elantra N guy?
so everything
Very
that happened
rapid,
previously. So he went to the state referee and they said that he had to remove track mode, all this whatnot. So he went to the
Because the state referee did not test the car in
In
accordance to
default mode.
California's own
They
Yeah.
put him in
Rules.
default
Yeah.
mode.
Forsaken
He
laws.
did it in sport mode where it should have been in default mode.
Yeah, in default mode, sport mode's not on, and that's the way it should have been tested.
So he went back to the Hyundai dealership and, told him everything, showed him the video, all that, the dealership he bought it from. And they said that they can't do anything, and they printed him documentation saying the vehicle is already stocked.
Yeah, the dealership has been, accommodating.
So-
it's not like they're trying to screw the deal.
Yeah, they couldn't do a repair because there's no repair to be
Yeah.
done.
So he took that information, he's like, well, hey, this is what the dealership said. State referee said, not good enough. You need track mode removed. So he contacted Hyundai Corporate, which I know how this went because I work for the other side of Hyundai.
No,
he-
you don't.
But anyway, he went to Hyundai and he said, I have this problem. You guys told me I can't do anything about it. What do I do? And they said, here's a phone number. Call this phone number and talk to them. It's Consumer Affairs. Now, when you call Consumer Affairs of Hyundai, you do not get like an actual Hyundai representative. You get XYZ who's working in their house as a phone call person. And they basically told him that the vehicle is designed that way. There's nothing they can do about it. They cannot contact the state referee for him. They cannot tell him the vehicle's already stock because he already went to the dealer and had that done. And basically, you're screwed. So he reached out again and got a different person from Hyundai, and now his case is just getting tossed from representative to representative, and nobody's helping him. So then,
Because nobody knows how to handle something
Yeah.
that is this stupid because of one a-hole. Ha. cop decided he wanted to go on a power trip on guy one night.
And they even told him, and they had the transcripts, you should go back to the dealer you bought the car from. And he's like, I already did that. So he still can't drive his car. And, this is recent. So this has been for him, almost a month now,
This has
right?
been going on for a month now.
So he contacted a lawyer and said, what should I do? Because I can't drive my car. I need my car. I bought this car, and I'm spending money on this car, and
it passes emissions.
So,
It's a California emissions vehicle.
Right.
basically, every attorney he's spoken to has said not to go after Hyundai. It's pointless.
Well, no, Hyundai's not the problem. The problem is one a-hole cop and one idiot referee.
So that's what they're trying to go after right now. That's the current update, is they're trying to go after defeating the citation and having everything redone and all that to be able to drive the car, because the car is sold as it would have been sold no matter what. And
But
the
when
fact
when the referee did the testing on it, even in track mode, it'll pass emissions. It just cracks and bangs and violates the decibel rating.
Right.
But you look at the rules for how the test is supposed to be done on the car's default settings.
right.
Meaning, when you fire the thing up, how the car turns on is how you test it.
Here's
Now,
what the
it-
guy needs.
We haven't had this one.
The guy needs a judge with just a very small amount of common sense.
I've had this.
Well, and here's the bad part about that.
It's California.
Welcome to California. We're too busy to handle that. We're not going to specialize something just for you. And
I've had this one separate.
his biggest ammunition that he has right
It's been a
now,
while. I don't
is-
remember it, but I remember doing
he went ahead and decided to contact, I think he said 10 different dealerships in California, because the officer said, oh, this has been done before, it's going to cost this much and that. There is not a single Hyundai dealership he's contacted so far in California that has performed removing track mode.
Yeah.
So, I think his best bet is going to be overturning everything with the law and all that. But then again, he's going through all of this and everything is spending. And he even said too that even at this point, he's pretty much considering just getting rid of the car just because of all the hassle he's had to go
don't
through
blame him.
and taking his losses and everything
Stop.
on it. But that sucks because you invested all this money, and we don't know what he did for a down payment. We don't know what his payments are. We don't know any of that. The guy could be out on so much money.
Mm-hmm.
And, he's probably paying for a rental car or like Uber or something right now because he can't drive the car.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much he's just kind of working with several attorneys right now,
Chris, don't
figuring
do
out what
that.
his best route is.
Just let it sit. You that made me angry. I did a hard pour.
So did I.
I know, but then you did your fingers. No, I did a hard pour, and I did it on purpose, trying not to get so gassy. Yeah, I know, but I'm trying to get so gassy. Look at your bubbles, look at my bubbles. Trying to get so gassy.
My bubbles are vibing. They're chilling right now.
Yeah, my whole beer is just vibing sitting there. So anyway, the
Calm
beer that
down.
I found this time is
Is this Coppertail? I can
It
tell by
is.
the art.
is
I
Coppertail.
can tell by the art.
We have not had this on the show.
I love their art.
Mike's pretty sure he's had this
2
one
years
separate.
ago. I have had this, but I don't remember it. Like it was at the point when I had it, I don't remember it. So it's
So
gonna be
this
new.
is from Coppertail Brewing, and this is their Oktoberfest Marzen Lager. There's no description, no read-in.
But we love
And
everything
it
Coppertail
is-
does.
6.2% alcohol.
In
Let's
Florida.
look at
But
that
I have a-
beautiful golden brown.
But
It
I
is
have
a
a
good
feeling
Marzen.
that because this is Coppertail, this is going to be somewhat a little bit different than the other Oktoberfest
Yeah.
we've already done.
Oh,
But
definitely.
in a good way,
Something's
because
something's gonna be different about
Coppertail
this.
always does that wonderfulness.
I don't know. It smells very Marzen-y.
But
So.
Coppertail always puts a little twist on something.
Yeah.
Every
They
every
really
Coppertail
do.
we've
And
had-
that's why I absolutely
and,
love them.
and not for nothing, some of the best can art that there is for
Oh,
all of their
amazing.
cans.
They're-
Just
They do a
saying.
beautiful job.
Their
They really
artwork,
do.
they're-
Yeah.
like seriously, guys, if you never checked out
yeah, whoever
Coppertail, like
whoever is responsible for your graphic design,
They're
They
like
do a
awesome.
top-notch job.
Oh yeah.
didn't do that before because
and well, it is just before Halloween, so I guess
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
the
Sorry.
Oktoberfest is perfect.
We leaked on you.
Cilantro.
Slant. Honestly,
Mikey's happy.
it's very Oktoberfesty.
No, there's something different there. Hold on.
That's a little more toasty or roasty than the other one.
I was gonna say
It's
more,
a roasty
more
toasty princess.
It's a little more clove. That's what it
Yep.
is.
That's just their thing, isn't it?
There's just a little more clove to it.
Hold on.
Like I said, I figured
Little
that
But
spicier.
I
but
figured
it
they were-
doesn't. It
It's a good
doesn't.
word.
It doesn't
It's
mess
not
it all up.
overpowering, but I figured, and it's
Yeah. No, yeah,
a
dude.
little dry on the top of the palate.
If you do a small sip, hit tip of the tongue, waft it around, definitely clove. That's their thing, man. That's their signature, and it
Yeah.
works every time too.
Yeah, so again, Coppertail took something that we've had before, and they managed to tweak it just a little bit.
Yes.
I have to tinkle. I'm keeping my
Hey,
can.
I will say, out of all the Oktoberfests we've done
I love
this
that
past
can so
month,
much.
I think I like that one the most.
I think that's probably the best Oktoberfest I've had.
It's just different enough to stand out from the crowd and be
Yep.
like, this is Oktoberfest, but this is a little different than what you've
But
had.
this is our Oktoberfest.
Right.
Probably the reason why Playa Linda's Robonaut Red is still my number one on our list for the Reds.
Because it was red, but it was.
Now, I'm
They're
going to say
right.
the other thing
A
that this
little
beer
bit
is
different.
doing really, really well. It is exceptionally smooth.
Yes.
Yep.
There's nothing harsh about it.
Mm-mm.
It's just smooth and mellow all the way through, and I really
Yeah.
like that.
'Cause-
Most of the time, Oktoberfest, the dryness is so high that there's a little bit of unpleasantness there. That is
Or
not
the
there.
wheat side is a little heavy, or
That
Gonna
is
say,
not there
there's
here. This
as,
is
more carbonation
as
than
a person that like, fuck yeah,
7.
as a person that my favorite beer is Oktoberfest.
well, Mikey got
like
a little
styles.
more of the full experience than you did. So
Like, this is top. This is top tier. Just on, they put their own spin on it. Like, there is traditional in there. Like, traditional is fully in there. But it's one of those, it doesn't taste like every single other Oktoberfest. It has its own.
There was a small read-in, by the way. It's very small. Floral hops, toasty malt, crisp finish, most.
Okay, that makes
Yep.
sense. That makes sense then, because it is toastier, much
Yeah.
toastier.
Anyway,
I like
let's
that
go
though.
into our
Okay,
main
so-
topic.
okay, so
or not.
the other margins are kind of like you guys, mostly normal. This one is more like me, toasted to like golden brown. But I'm also full of nooks and crannies, so I'm kind of like a Thomas's English muffin.
I was gonna say, you're English muffin. You're not toast.
Something has perplexed Daniel over there.
You ever tried to spread butter across a piece of toast? It goes nicely. You spread a piece of butter across the English muffin. It's like spreading butter across Brian's leg. It doesn't fucking work because I tried to put butter across his leg before.
Hey, he needs a swat. He needs a swat.
Give it a swat.
He got an F-bomb. Sorry.
Oh shit! Hey,
Oh, no. He just spiraled down that way.
hey, we've been in good. Sorry guys, that was our third one. Alan's still happy.
So, but what you're saying though, is that like saying that other ones are like a normal slice of cheese, but this one's like Swiss cheese?
Something like that.
I
This one's-
would
I
go.
was
I would
thinking
go smoke provolone.
This
Oh,
one,
okay.
this one is
Munster.
this one
Yeah.
is just.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. What is it that the kids say these days? It's a little extra.
It's a little extra. Yeah, you can go with that.
It's not. What
We
are we
haven't
doing
said-
today?
we
It's not
haven't
as
said-
low key, but it's a little extra.
Yeah, we're not staying low key on
What are
this
we
beer.
doing
We're a little
today?
extra.
Yeah. So we started out low key, and then we,
Hey, look at
extra.
the can design, everything. Wow. Look
Oh,
at
yeah.
us go. We're modern right now.
I mean,
Progressive.
Look at it. Yeah, we are progressive.
Oh,
mean,
what's
look at
that
us
word?
go.
Word diaper? No, dapper.
What I always think of whenever
said-
I see the
he said
can,
we're
by
diaper.
the way, is the music video for the Smashing Pumpkins song. What was the
What?
it does kind of remind me. It almost kind of makes me think of their album art.
yes. I can't remember the specific song.
Yeah, the album was Melancholy and Infinite Sadness.
That's the song.
Yeah, but yeah,
Melancholy and the Infinite
it does make me
Sadness.
think of that album cover.
It looks like that music video.
Anyway,
See, I see this and all I think of is Nine Inch Nails, Bay of Pigs.
That's a good one too.
That's
a good one.
the ocean and batteries.
Yeah, let's go
Google
to our,
says it's safe.
Let's go to our.
But is
Listen,
it
there's a
really?
whole Facebook group that is dedicated to keeping your your used batteries away from those guys at AutoZone and just throwing them into the ocean where they belong.
Hey, this
because
is Florida. We have hurricanes. We don't throw our batteries in the ocean. We bring the ocean to our batteries.
comes to the
How do
battery.
you think the electric eels get their electric
Exactly.
from?
Well, I know we have to keep them charged.
Exactly.
But
I mean, it's a safe and legal thrill.
It is.
there was one time that our battery guy, Jerry, the interstate guy, went to the beach to have lunch after he delivered batteries to us, and I get a text message saying the interstate battery truck is like at the boat ramp right now. Like, what's he doing there?
He's
Like,
throwing
oh,
his batteries.
he
his
just got the
used
course
batteries
from us.
in the
He's tossing them in the ocean.
It keeps the electric eels charged.
Well, no, it came up because I saw a story on Jalopnik about how because of all of the flood vehicles from the hurricane that was just coming through down here. I mean, everybody talks about the floating P1 that was going around. What's going to happen to that? But I mean, there's thousands upon thousands of cars
Teslas.
that are just basically going to be written off entirely. It doesn't matter if they touch salt water at this point with everything else going on, they're all being written off.
But now you have.
Well, insurance has a very specific way of determining if a car is written off because of floods.
Salt water.
If it touches the interior.
It's not touching the interior. It is the bottom of the center console. They consider any car that has a water line. I deal with this.
Yeah.
Trust me, I know.
I was gonna say I'm coming from Jason's standpoint too, being an insurance claim adjuster. Salt water. As soon as they mention salt water, done.
So anything that if the water line gets above the bottom lip of the center console, it's done.
Yeah.
They total it out.
Yeah, for probably freshwater, but like he's saying, our friend is an insurance agent.
If
And an
if
insurance
it's-
adjuster.
if they say the word salt water, maybe
once
it's
it's once it hits, once they say salt water,
Done.
done.
they've learned their lesson.
Absolutely done.
Yeah, because apparently they've tried to fix cars and they just end up with reoccurring nightmares. And
Yes.
once they start to fix the cars, they can't stop.
It's like a lightning strike
Yeah,
car.
which
Once you start, you
ends
can't
up-
stop, but it ends up being
Which
a
ends
nightmare.
up what happened to all these EVs.
So, like I said, there's going to be Teslas and there's going to be Hyundais and there's going to be Nissan Leafs.
But it's one of those, they're now catching on fire.
And they're actually storing them in lots. And you see the pictures of them. You see all of the regular, normal vehicles are just
Parked
packed
like
in lots
sardine
like sardines
cans.
because they're all going to be scrapped anyway.
Right.
But then all of the Teslas and all of the Leafs and all of
You
the
have a
EVs, the Bolts and
car-
everything.
They're keeping them
50
separate.
feet car, 50 feet car, a ditch with water in it and that, because once the salt water gets into those batteries, the main thing that is occurring is not only the salt water is a conductor, but it's the residue afterwards is making
Also
it
very conductive, and once it starts
well,
pushing
that's
across
even
poles,
that's even more conductive than the
Yeah,
actual
so all
salt
you need
water
is corrosion
itself.
to begin, and corrosion.
And it makes
yeah.
it to where it's basically like on.
and
The
all
ticking
the
time
and
bomb,
then once
basically.
the one battery starts heating up to the point of chemical volatility, it
It
catches
kicks
fire.
off everything.
Then the cells next to it start getting hotter and hotter, and it just becomes a cascading reaction that doesn't stop.
Correct. It's
Because-
called a thermal runaway.
Yeah,
Because
so,
it has
A
it because
cascade failure.
they are their own fuel, they are their own oxidizer, and they are their continuous heat source.
it's one of those oxygen isn't paying a
Yeah, you can douse that thing with all the foam you want. It's not stopping that.
Right.
You
So-
might actually stop the flame on the outside of the
but
car,
you're not.
but you're not
yeah.
stopping
But
the reaction
chemical
going.
reaction happening inside that battery won't stop.
And you're not stopping that heat. It just has to go until there's nothing left
Yeah,
to create
so
the
I
heat.
read a thing today saying that most of them they are shoving 10 times more of the amount of water that they would on a internal combustion engine car fire onto them, and then it might put out the fire, but then still the reason they're parking them so far away is because
They're likely to start again.
it'll start again, and that's why they have like the random ditch with they're digging
The
ditches
Rimac
and
that Hammond destroyed,
yeah.
it burned for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But it's one of those, they're making ditches and filling them with water because once it happens, like, they're literally just pushing
Shove the car into the ditch.
into the water and,
And they're not
submersing
doing,
it.
and they're not
and
submerging the car to put out the fire or stop the reaction. They're just
It's
stopping
trying
it from
to get
catching
the
anything
heat,
else
yeah,
around it on
right.
fire.
And it's one of those,
That's
like,
wild.
the
So,
water
again,
will be
like I
boiling.
said, again, these are the things that the crazy, I consider it crazy as far as the massive push for EVs. I consider it crazy because
And we're not
the
saying that
people that are
EVs are
pushing
horrible.
it, because the
EVs
people that are
good.
pushing it, well, they're mostly in government, and they're pretty much idiots. They don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Yeah.
And
Well,
so they're
it all
pushing
has
these
to do with
things
money.
without, they don't
Yeah.
have any of the technical knowledge to understand what's happening around it or because of it.
And this isn't this isn't us saying that EVs are horrible. No, they
But there
really
are
are
infrastructure
good.
challenges that
But
have
yes.
to be tackled for EV
Yes.
cars.
There's
Not
challenges
just shove
We
them
have to
out.
talk- Just the
Even
basics
with
of-
even with ICE
the
cars.
rapid mass adoption of them, forced or unforced, is going to create issues that haven't been thought of yet.
Right. Firefighters are having to take new training courses
Yes.
to deal with, coming onto a scene of an accident involving a Tesla. You have to have training to
Yep.
deal with these cars.
Well,
because
it's a
if
lithium
the
fire.
accident's
It's
so-
completely different.
Not only a lithium fire, but you have the possibility of this car becoming a 500-volt taser.
Yeah.
They walk up and grab the door handle to pull somebody out of it, and they get electrocuted because the battery has been dead shorted to the chassis of the
Yeah.
car.
Or the toxic gases being spewed out for
Correct.
X radius.
Lithium-ion battery fires create toxic gases that will kill you.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when Priuses came out, and there were after a Prius has been in a wreck, there were insurance adjusters and body shops and mechanics that would just look at the car and go,
Nah.
you look at it first. No, I'm not.
Well,
not gonna look at it. I think
well,
you should
no,
look
They,
at
they
it.
just need to
it's
send it
like
to that
what
guy
you-
I talked to who took his freaking hybrid apart, all like the battery out and all that all himself. Send it to that guy. He's brave
Well,
enough.
it's like
Oh, yeah,
what
now
you
they
used
just
to
need a new
say
yeah.
of they had the
So-
full
The
on
hook
like
and the hook.
chemistry
Yeah,
and the
yeah,
hooks.
yeah.
The original, when Toyota came out, not with the Prius, but their previous electric hybrid car. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head.
Was it Toyota or was it?
Or Toyota.
What was it? Toyota? Was it Honda with the Insight?
No, it was
No.
before the Insight. It was Toyota's first hybrid foray, and I can't remember the name of the car. It had the weird rear end with like the cover over the rear wheels.
Honda
Well,
Insight.
that's Insight.
Yeah, Honda
Yeah,
Insight.
that's
Was that
on
the
inside.
That's the
Yeah.
Insight.
So the original
Rob
service
still drives
kit,
his.
the original service kit for that car, the hybrid safety service kit, was a box. And what that box contained was 2 pairs rubber boots, 2 pairs rubber gloves,
To the elbows. Well,
One.
no, to the shoulders.
6-foot long rubber coated metal hook, and the service instructions for that car
Yeah,
was
there's
for one technician to put on the boots and the gloves, and another technician to put on the boots and the gloves. One technician would get under the hood and reach in and unhook the battery. The other technician would stand behind him in the boots and gloves holding
With
the
the rubber
hook.
Mm-hmm.
And if it grabbed him, he could grab onto the technician and pull him off of it
yeah,
To
with
maybe
the
save
rubber hook to maybe save his life.
Yeah.
yeah.
You've got 400 volts coursing through you. It's not likely, but possible
400 volts and a lot of amp.
at 1,000 amps.
Yeah, the discharge rate on those things.
The Kia ones, the capacitors in the motor control unit are capable of 1,000 amp instantaneous discharge.
The things the guy
God
was
damn.
ripping out of his car. And he's like,
That is
"Oh."
literally capable of blowing you apart.
And the thing is, I mean, you can take a capacitor. I mean, you can take a capacitor out of a TV set. Some older TV sets had capacitors that were large enough that could seriously injure you.
At 10,000 volts.
Yeah, that could seriously, not the high of amperage, but they had the voltage.
And they stay charged.
Yeah,
for a long
that like
time.
a capacitor.
Well, that's why you had the static on the fucking TV.
I mean,
What's the human limit? Isn't it
I mean, capacitors that aren't much bigger
Drop
than a
the
lighter
Huh?
can have the
Drop
potential to
the
stop your heart.
right? What is it? Half an amp across your shoulders?
I'm not sure what the figure is. I've never looked into that,
I
but I
think
know
it
it,
I
was
didn't
half
say
an
we
amp
were
across your arms.
not
is
able to
enough to kill
curse,
you.
but-
It's enough to stop your heart.
1.0 to 4.3 will stop the rhythmic pumping of your heart.
So 1 amp to 4 amps is enough to kill you.
yeah,
It's enough to shut your heart off.
yeah,
1,000 amps is enough to blow you apart.
yeah.
That's just
In the sense of
liquefy
the-
your insides.
It will, no, it will literally like they talk
The
about this
equivalent-
with linemen.
Almost the equivalent of a lightning strike.
Mhm.
Yeah, it will literally
Like
it-
explode
it-
your heart, right?
No, it will blow your limbs off.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because
There was
power's
a-
going to
there
go
was
in,
a
and when
story
power
I
comes
read
out,
in
it's
an
gonna go
ocean
out.
manual.
Ground.
because where the power comes out and attack and makes
So
ground and completes
Brian's
the circuit.
already screwed because he's missing.
He'd have one hell of an arc though from the stump to the ground.
It doesn't work that way.
He
It
doesn't
always
have a
takes the
stump.
shortest path.
Oh,
it-
they would go out your toes.
It-
Yeah,
It's
it
been,
would-
Well, what
it's
if
been
you were
hold
holding one
on,
of your
hold on.
crutches,
It's been
though?
4 years and you don't realize he doesn't have a stump. There's no stump there.
Oh, well, it's
Doesn't go,
it's
"Whoa,
rounded.
whoa, whoa,
It's
whoa,
just
whoa."
rounded anyway.
It's residual. I mean,
Yeah, but well, you have a little rubber on the crutch though. Would it insulate or
No.
I don't think that's. I don't.
No,
I mean,
not at all. He's
I
gonna
mean-
be a really
a lightning
roasty-
rod?
I mean,
Yes.
They're basically conductors.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's a bit of rubber there. There's some on the handle and some on the shoulder piece, but I don't think that's enough to overcome the 4.5 feet of friggin' metal times 2.
I have
Yeah,
a better
needless to
chance.
say,
I
there's
have
a-
a better chance than
Needless to
him.
say, when there's a lot of lightning outside, my crippled butt, Alan,
Stays glued to a seat inside.
is inside.
Oh,
Or in my car where I'm in a rolling Faraday cage.
I know it's not even car related, but can I talk about another side tangent thing? Because it would,
Go for it.
Side
particularly with you, it would
Side
resonate.
tangents are- Did you find me a shoe buddy yet?
Huh?
Find me a shoe buddy?
No.
I thought I did for a second because we have a customer that has one leg.
Already
and
asked
he's
him.
missing the left leg.
Already asked
Oh, I
him.
know
But
him.
he has a prosthetic and he wears both shoes.
I know that guy.
I know.
No,
I asked him, hey, you know my friend Brian, right? He said, yeah.
and I know this is like a slightly different world, but kind of related. But the air world with planes and stuff,
Aeronautics.
that stuff. So
Aviation.
this guy went to an aviation air show, and he brought one of his.
Oshka?
Huh?
Oshka?
Oshkosh.
Oshkosh.
Or Lakeland Sun and Fun.
It's out of state.
Oshkosh.
But and he brought his glider with him. He's got a really awesome modern glider, like pimped out. And somebody was talking to him, and he said, "Oh yeah, I know how to do aerobatics with this." And they're like, "Oh really?" And then the airport manager had come out and everything and all that, and they asked him. They said, "Hey, do you mind like showing us some aerobatics in the glider?" And he's like, well, as long as everybody's signed off and okay with it, then yeah, why not?
Yeah, whoever's in charge of the field does have to get, I think there are some forms for the FAA you have to file so that the dome or the box over the airfield is clear
Right.
while that's going on.
So after I think he said it was like an hour or something, they came back and they told him, yeah, we're good to go. Let's see what you got. And he's like, oh, right on. So
With the glider, he had to have a pilot plane take him up.
yeah, and he did some aerobatics, really impressive with a glider, came back down and landed. Everything's good. He posted the video on YouTube with the GoPro and everything. Grand. Well, somebody said, well, that's not okay. And they reported him to the FAA. And the FAA suspended his pilot's license for almost a year. Because apparently, they said under a certain clause with the FAA, even if it is a glider and non-motor powered plane, you have to have a certain card that goes along with your license to perform aerobatics at an air show. So they suspended his pilot's license for almost a year, and he said he had to spend somewhere like $7,000 to $8,000 to get it back with legal fees and everything.
That's weird.
I don't know.
But then again,
if
if you look into the FAA, that's how the FAA is.
Oh yeah, it's the FAA.
It's almost like if, let's say, Chris decided at
Well,
Wrench
it's
Monkeys
just
he
like
wanted.
Air King. They suspended his license after he crashed and killed himself. I'm sure.
Well, you got
They're California Inc.
you also got the guy who crashed his plane on purpose, but he deserved that.
That guy deserved whatever was coming to him.
Oh, that guy was an idiot.
You know who's
Oh, the one
No.
jumping out of the
The guy who
airplane. doing
hijacked-
the-
Saying it was like failing.
Yeah.
the plane out in San Diego and did a bunch of crazy loops and stuff, and then buried it into the ground.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sky King.
But yeah, no, I was like, what the heck, man? Especially after I watched the whole performance, the man was whipping around that glider and doing all kinds of crazy stuff, and I was like, dude, right on. And then yeah, no, somebody got upset and reported it, and the FAA was like, yeah, stamped that guy with the suspension.
So they're Californiaing.
In my
that's
opinion,
like
though,
the person going to the track
Because we're
running
trying to
in
be nice
8
for Alan, I
seconds
can't even say what I
without
wanna
a
say.
cage.
well, no, it's in my opinion, in that aspect, that would be the same if any one of us decided to do a burnout in our car at a Wrench Monkeys meet, and somebody reported it to the what is it, the NHTSA, and the highway people or whatever, and then they decided like, oh, we're suspending your license because you did a burnout at a localized event that you were approved to do.
You laugh about this,
No.
but I do remember Australia, which this Australia being Australia.
Well, Australia, they're about close to California now.
This
to
blows
be
me
honest.
away. This blows me away about Australia. So, Toyota did a commercial. I don't remember if it was one of their TRDs or it was for the GR Yaris or whatever. All filmed on private property, but kind of driving it like a rally car. Like driving on the property as if it were a rally stage. And they had to take the commercial off air because it promoted hooning.
And hooning in Australia is a big no-no.
The,
That's a forbidden word in
country
Australia.
that defined the burnout. But that's what they have to deal with.
Oh, Australia, they're like as bad as California. If you have a modification on your car that is deemed not legal by Australia, you're not driving your car home after the cop pulls you over.
But the thing is, I mean,
But if you have a snake in your car, you get away with it.
you
or a
can't
giant
mod-
Or a,
spider
or a
something.
kangaroo.
Right,
You
yeah.
can modify your cars in Australia.
Yeah.
You can modify your cars in Australia. It just has to be
Kangaroo
engineered.
specific.
It just has to be engineered and certified, kind of like Germany's TUV rules. You
Oh,
can put aftermarket.
yeah.
You can put all kinds of aftermarket. You can build a badass aftermarket car in Germany, but every part you put on there has to.
I'm not gonna say it.
That's
I'm not gonna
borderline.
say it.
That's
I'm not gonna
borderline.
say it. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not
has
gonna
to
say
have
it.
has to have a TUV number on it, and those TUV numbers are recorded on your vehicle's registrations.
It has to have a Fick Rag sticker on it.
Possibly.
Is that why they
I
don't use
just-
their turn
Every
signals?
time we get on this topic, I'm like, thank God.
Speaking of turn
Freedom
signals,
is still free.
so speaking of turn signals,
Yeah,
lately a channel I've been watching a lot of is Misha Sheridan's channel. Guy that works for Apex Taxi at the Nürburgring, and he does like daily videos of him driving shit on the Nürburgring or
Stuff.
Self-flashings.
not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Or you know,
That's
or
because Lemmy ate half of it.
that's true. Or riding around in other vehicles and stuff like that. The one thing about the Nürburgring videos that blows my mind every time I see it is a slower BMW driver using the indicator and moving to the right to let the faster traffic go by. Blows my mind
Well,
because we don't see
yeah,
that here
no,
in the
we
West.
don't.
No, that's like another thing. All right, so you know you're familiarized with dash cam videos, right?
Oh, yeah.
I've started
Yeah.
spiraling down Arkansas State Patrol. All right?
Oh,
you don't
yes.
mess with LASP.
No, you don't.
But the amount of people that run from the cops and use the turn signals to
Just
change
show where they're
lanes,
going.
to turn and everything, it's just
It's one less
absolutely
ticket they're
believable.
going to get.
Yes.
I see these people.
Why were you using your turn signals? Well, I wanted to let them know which direction I was going.
Buck 60 passing the cops, indicating every lane change. And then every
Okay,
turn.
wait a minute. So, am I the only one that does this when watching police chase videos? Like if it was on live PD, or if it was on cops, or if it was just a newscast that showed a dash cam, or watching dash cam stuff on YouTube? Am I the only one that critiques the driver's use of the racing line?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
no,
I do it
sorry.
all the time.
Me too. So,
Like
and-
you missed
Like,
that
oh my God,
apex.
that was a terrible flying through that corner.
But
Jeez.
I'll tell you
what
what, though.
were you doing in that braking zone? Come on,
I'll
man.
tell you what though, ASP, the guy named whoever works for ASP, his name's Jacob Bird. That man can drive. Bird, BYRD. If you look up Jacob Bird's like his pursuit
Does he run
videos.
from the cops all the time?
No, he's a ASP's trooper.
Oh,
So
okay, okay.
But he takes apexes. He knows how to hit everything perfect, and nobody gets away from
So
him.
he's
He-
been driving Forza for a long,
he
long
catches
time.
Hellcats.
He's been driving
that are
Forza
gone.
for a long time.
You're watching the video, like, dude, he lost the car. And like 2-3 minutes later, it's like, oh wait, there's the car again, and he's right on them and everything. And he don't mess around. He'll ram people and everything. And
So
yeah,
so he doesn't end up losing, the entire competition that he's been spending 6 weeks on trying to
well,
be up.
unfortunately, 2 weeks ago he did total his cruiser.
Yeah,
but he took out the assailant. And
Job done?
Dodge Charger
But
RT with
it
our
wasn't-
Instagram logo across the side of the car. We were
So
running from the
it
cops.
wasn't
We thought we were
6
gonna-
weeks of trial and error, trying to get it down, trying to
No,
at least
we're-
get a third
we're-
place
we're-
finish.
Those are the
and-
running-
best ones.
running from
Where
the
they
cops
have their
advertised.
where they have
You know
their
where I'm
Big,
going with
Instagram
this
on
is
the
big.
side of the fucking
Yeah.
car.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking car.
Where are you going, buddy?
Oh,
Where are you going?
Yeah, no.
yeah. And some people, when they try to run, like the guy, there was a recent one in Florida, from the Florida State, Florida Highway Patrol. He was in a Kia Soul.
Ah,
Why'd you try?
What?
Yeah, he was in a white Kia Soul.
You were in a Kia Soul, and a cop got behind you and went, and you thought,
I got this.
I'd take it. That's like me walking into a bar
Just
and looking at the like
the most
6'5" just monster
Walking be like,
at the
hey,
corner of the bar, and me walking up to him and be like,
hey.
I'm gonna kick you.
I'm gonna take you out in the parking lot. I'm gonna whoop it. I'm gonna take care of you.
And then he turns around and pit maneuvers you.
I got $10 on
And he
there.
just
Who it was?
holds me by my forehead while I pick me in my arms.
No.
Like he's just he's doing the cartoon.
Yeah.
Give me a high five.
My
Come on.
forearm,
I
my
need a high
forehead.
five. Yeah. Out of my face.
I thought about it. I'm not gonna lie.
It's just, but I saw another one too where a guy in a motorcycle ran, and he didn't have quite the fastest motorcycle in the world.
It was on a Sportster. I saw that one.
And he,
Oh, it was
Why are
Nick?
you running?
and he decided to stop. He's like, yeah, I'm not gonna make it. So he pulls over on an exit, and then like goes to put out his kickstand on his bike, and just falls down on the ground. It just
So he was
completely
drunk.
just falls over, and the officer just goes. Just grabs his hands and he's like, "Are you down?" It's like, imagine running from the cops on your bike because you think your bike will get away. You don't get away. Then you go to stop and you can't even. You just fall down. Like he was.
Why
at
do you think I don't ride a bike?
Listen,
Bec-
unless
Because
Hey,
when I
you're-
come to
did-
a
did you-
stop, I can't
do you
touch the ground.
Do you remember the Daniel versus Gravity thing we talked about earlier? Why do you think I don't ride bikes?
Listen,
No, but do you
if your
remember?
motorcycle's
Yeah,
displacement
but you can
is
sit on the seat.
three letters or three digits,
You're not getting away.
you're not getting away. If your motorcycle is not a sport bike, you're not getting away.
I don't care if you're on a sport bike or not. 4 tires handle better than 2.
All I know is.
I'm sorry, but 1,000cc.
Oh, yeah, a liter bike.
A liter bike
yeah,
will
no.
run away.
In a straight line.
You're not
And if
catching
they
up.
if they know how to drive and everything, yeah, of course
But
they
it-
will
What
all
you
day.
do when you're on a liter bike is you pretend to pull over. You get on the shoulder
And you wait for them
slow
to get
down
out.
until
Just
you
like
can
Brian
put
did
it
in
into
his
first.
260.
You put it into first.
No, you're
And when
280.
you put it into first,
Was
Yeah.
it 260?
that's when you
280.
disappear. Because you
Allegedly.
just pin the throttle.
Brian,
and run
it's been
through.
30 years. It's okay.
And by
You
the
can
time
you
the cop
can you can
realizes
say that
you're
they ain't gonna
running,
get you.
You're gone.
You're
Oh
already
no, somebody
gone.
still has a hard on about
But
that.
if you're on a 600 or
Somebody
you're on
out
a
there.
Harley,
Still has a hard on about that.
you're not getting
And by the
away.
way,
No.
there was a thought of slowing down.
You didn't.
And here's
And
what
once
I mean
what
by
happened
that. So I
happened, the
had
thought of slowing
a
down
1500
allegedly was
cc
no longer a thought.
motorcycle, right?
Mhm.
It was 1,500 cc's.
Yeah, but you had a cruiser.
1.5 liters of displacement.
You had a cruiser though.
And I raced a mildly tuned F250 with a 6.0.
Oh god,
And
I lost
couldn't
my
walk
ass.
away
For,
from him.
I lost my ass with that in the Cobra.
So you're not walking away from a police cruiser.
No, especially when it's state patrol and it's a Charger or Challenger,
Right.
and you're not gonna.
You're not walking away from them.
No,
I
They're
mean,
gonna keep up with you.
back in the old Crown Vic era, yes.
Well, and you got to think too, with today's day and age, with everybody who has dash cams, CCTV footage, everything that's
Yes.
available,
And cell phones.
you're probably not getting away.
Right.
And especially when you have your Instagram tag on the side of your car and you run from the cops.
Right.
Dude, and he got out of the, and he's like, oh, like this, like it was like a 20-minute chase, and he's all like,
Not only your driver's, like your tag, but your Instagram, like, yeah.
Well, yeah, there was a case a few years ago where some Hellcats that have been doing all kinds of dumbass stuff on the street.
In California.
Was it California? I thought it was in the middle of the country somewhere.
I don't know, but
Honestly,
But
probably California
They filmed
street
all their
takeover.
shenanigans and put all the stuff on their YouTube channel, and someone decided, you know what? We're going to make an example out of you. And they used their YouTube videos as evidence of all the dumb stuff that they did on public roads, and they ended up with license suspension.
but yet our Tesla boy who jumped the freaking jump over there in California and creamed people's cars still did not get charged.
Yeah, the one that Alex Choi filmed.
Yeah, did not get charged whatsoever for annihilating that guy's car.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
But that situation happened here in Citrus County.
yep.
We had a car group that
Oh, I
was...
remember this particular
yeah.
example was guys that were only playing with Hellcat Chargers and Challengers.
So,
Those guys that had
hey,
YouTube
hey,
channels.
Chris, you mean the ones that
Yeah,
in
the ones
front
that
of
the ones that were
Walmart.
racing-
Walmart.
in front of
Yes,
Walmart?
they were
Yeah.
So
racing in front of Walmart
and you had a 1995 Buick Roadmaster versus a bone stock Civic that he thought he was the baddest person ever, and I watched a 25
one of these guys because
We ran into him at that one of the small pop-up car meets they started having.
I watched it then, and I watched a 25-second quarter mile time, and I'm like, oh.
So I ran it.
Oh,
so when
okay.
they started posting that, so I went to one of the very first meets they did.
Yeah, the meet that I went to
And
wasn't.
they
It
were
wasn't.
asking me, they're like, "Oh, come out and run the Mustang. We're gonna go racing." I'm like, "No, I'm good." Oh, you scared? No, I'm a mechanic. I
No.
know my license.
I'm just not stupid.
I'm not dumb.
Because they
So-
videoed it. They
And then they
videoed
start
it.
posting videos that night from them racing in front of Walmart. And I commented, I'm like, "Hey,
You're posting public
it
evidence.
might not be a good idea to post the evidence of the
Oh,
crime
I
you're
remember that.
committing."
Yeah, and they drug you through the fucking mud for it. Or the
Well,
one kid did.
They did,
No, because
yeah.
like I said, because
I posted, I'm like, "Hey, maybe don't put evidence of you committing a crime on the internet." And they went, "Oh, it'll be fine, it'll be fine." I ran into one of
So,
those guys
no.
a month later, and they're like, "Yeah, so the Citrus County Sheriff's Department popped up in a bunch of people's houses. And
Yeah.
well, they also showed up.
cars
They
got
also,
impounded,
they
and
also,
licenses got revoked."
because there was a group that tried to start up another car meet in Crystal River, and we had gone. A few of us had gone, and there were some interesting cars that we hadn't seen before. And then those guys also showed up. They weren't the ones that were putting on that meet, but they showed up. And we're trying to get people to go out and race with them. And it was like, you're the guys that were putting the Walmart racing on YouTube. Yeah, probably not a good idea.
Don't you love how we were able to do that and there was no, like, Mexico?
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah.
But
Just imagine if you guys had grown up as a Gen Xer when these weren't even.
I know, but it was still one of those to where we could Mexico without Mexico, and
You have no idea.
like we could Mexico, and we Mexicoed,
oh yeah, plenty of times
and
in Mexico doing high speeds.
but
That's
Mexico,
the thing. We didn't have to Mexico.
Yeah, that's true.
You Citrus County.
We Citrus County. Because
Those weren't a thing.
weren't a
Yeah,
thing.
dash cams weren't a thing.
These weren't a thing. The only way you were getting
We had a
pictures
lot of
of
fun in
anything that
Mexico.
anybody was doing was to show up with one of
a
those.
lot of fucking
Yeah, that
fun
thing
in
right over
Mexico,
there.
man.
And if somebody showed up with one of those, there was a good chance that would accidentally get broken before the night was over. Because
That was evidence.
certain times, those things ended up creating were not viewed as memories. They were viewed as evidence. And we looked at them and just thinking, we might not trust that thing very much.
All I think about is the beach night.
Ooh. Which one? Were we about to grill out there?
No, the
Sure.
21 of us.
Oh yeah, that night. Oh yeah, attacking the beach. Anyway, in Mexico,
Allegedly.
it is bring a trailer time though.
It's bring a trailer.
It really is,
That was
dude. That was.
15 minutes past bring a trailer time.
And Cody wasn't flipping his BMW at the time.
no. Cody wasn't there, but no, it was me shitting my
Let me add this
pants.
to the beer list
And
first.
yes, I said shitting because I mean we've been hit me. Hit me with your best shot.
Ah, you're
Ow!
right.
Fire
leg.
away.
Well, it's like, Ken Block just did the
Come on, Chris.
Concord.
The electric.
I did it twice.
Well, no, not that. It's this
Oh,
a rally track in Maine, Concord Pond or something like that. He just broke the world record for it, and when he got done doing that run, his navigator said, "Oh, all right, that was something." And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Like, just his response is like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Like, just that must have been like one of the first goes, dude. That was a run to watch. It's on YouTube. The whole onboard
It
cam.
looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, they were whipping that little friggin' Hyundai. What was it? I-20, I think.
Well, now they also got that electric.
But I saw
one, too.
that. Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. It was quiet, but cool.
That thing looks intense.
Yeah, it's like an electric Audi. They did it in
Yeah, the Hoonatron.
in
Yeah.
Las Vegas.
Vegas.
Thank you.
All right, ready?
Yep.
No. Yeah.
Well, you should go grab the round, y'all.
I'm coming over here.
I see it.
Gather, my children, gather. We shall look upon this MR2.
Oh, I know which MR2 this is. I don't know what it's sold for. I'm excited to know though. This little car has got an awesome story.
So what we have here is a no reserve, meaning this car did sell. 421,000 mile, 1991 Toyota MR2 5-speed. It says 421,000 miles shown, 2.2 liter inline 4, 5-speed
See,
manual.
mentions it.
Is
Blue
it a
paint,
K-swap?
black cloth, 15-inch alloy wheels, Godspeed coilovers, rear spoiler, glass sunroof, cassette stereo, service records, spare parts, manufacturer's literature, and a Carfax.
What about the owner though? Because I know if it says it somewhere in there.
Is it boosted, boys?
No,
No,
Is it K-swapped?
no.
it's nothing like that.
So anyway, I'm just reading right off the first paragraph. This 1991 Toyota MR2 was acquired new by the seller in September 1990 from Frontier
Original owner.
Oh, really?
Frontier
400,000 miles on it.
From Frontier Toyota in California, and is powered by 2.2 liter inline 4 powered paired with a 5-speed manual transaxle.
Yeah.
Blue over black and gray cloth. Equipment includes 15-inch wheels, Godspeed coilovers, 4-wheel disc brakes, sunroof, anti-theft system, and a cassette stereo. Because 1990s.
And it's still the original stereo. Like, he's had it all these years.
This MR2 shows 421,000 miles and is now offered at no reserve with service records and spare
He
parts.
should have stopped at 42069.
Nice.
He's not far over it too. When you actually see it's like it's almost 421. It's right about.
All
Car
right,
is set.
I have to comment on this.
The
before
car
we
is
go.
said to have been repainted in the current shade of blue.
It's been resprayed.
Glass
It's like
sunroof,
coilover.
side intakes, rear spoiler, dual exhaust.
All the OEM parts, I think. Too.
Seller notes the car was in an accident in which the vehicle was hit from the rear, and another accident that resulted in repairs to the front bumper cover. Chip in the windshield and paint chip on the left fender are noted by the seller.
I have to comment on this. Even though it's got 400,000 miles on it,
Oh yeah.
it is exceptionally clean.
Even the underside doesn't really look leaky.
Like, I see a little residue there.
Ish. But the driver's seat doesn't look like it's got 421,000
But
miles
No.
on it.
And there's all kinds of pictures of this thing, like
Oh,
even
yeah.
even things like the pedals and the mats and all that kind
I've
of
seen
stuff, and the
every
steering
interior
wheel.
so
is super
infatuated by this
clean. Like, the driver's
Compression?
panel.
All
compression
four cylinders are almost dead even with each other.
Yeah. Is that not insane, Chris?
Look
And
at
the-
how clean it is.
And it's one of those, it's not a bring and trailer person buying a car then trying to sell
No,
it.
it's the guy who
It's
bought
the
it, too.
original guy. So that
The seller
means
notes
a
the
lot.
engine consumes oil, and photos of the compression test readings can be seen in the gallery. So yeah, there was 4 of those compression, and they were pretty much all within 5 pounds of each other. So
And I can say it too, like wholeheartedly, and like I honestly don't know. When I saw this car posted, the first bid was some like comical thing. It was like $700 or something. And I looked at every single picture, read this article front to back. I was so infatuated and so in love with everything about this car and its story. I am so excited to hear what it sold for. Seriously.
So
I
the Carfax report shows no accidents or other damage and lists the history in California since new. Vehicle was designated a gross polluter by the state of California in 2011, 2015, and 2021.
Because I'm pretty sure he knows that like somewhere, it might be in the comments, it does burn a tiny bit of oil. And
Yeah, it was noted in the description. Seller notes that it does burn oil.
And then he had
Or consumes oil.
He privately had the damage fixed, which that's why he doesn't show up on the Carfax.
Yeah.
So that means that both accidents were minor enough That it
just
was
correct.
probably a bumper cover and paint.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he had the whole car resprayed, which the car looks absolutely freaking amazing.
Right.
And the inside of the car looks good. You can tell that they're not freshly detailed pictures. You
No.
can tell it's a commuter car.
It's just a clean, rust-free California car.
Yeah, and you know what? The guy probably has enjoyed every single minute
Yep.
of it, and he's probably selling it because he can't drive it anymore.
Yeah.
And that just makes me so happy. That car's got so many
Well, it
miles
makes
on it. It's had
so
many
happy and then
memories in
also
it.
so sad that he can't enjoy it. If
He
that's
probably
the case.
can't. I don't know, but like.
No,
I
I would
think.
put it with
You would
that,
think
like,
because-
it's even one of those, like, you gotta think, like, 30 at that time point, and then, like, add on to it, like, they're close to 70.
You might not be able to, do the clutch anymore
yeah.
or something like that. But just a purely amazing example of a base MR2.
Of Toyota reliability.
In
Of
Toyota
90
reliability.
Of,
Yeah.
of 1980s and 1990s Toyota reliability.
And if you go through
It's
the
one
comments,
of those, they haven't done major service or anything like that. They've just done,
They've maintained
they've
it.
done
Like I
their
said,
regular maintenance.
I was going through the comments too, and what I saw, the guy had said that that is the original engine and original transmission.
Yeah.
Well, and
He's
here's
just
the
a
thing.
maintenance.
With that car, if it's driven nicely, it has another 400,000
Yeah.
miles. in
Oh,
it
yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
I
Just-
have no idea
Oh,
what this car.
I don't even,
okay, sorry.
Oh,
I
okay,
don't
got
even know.
stuck Behind
to
a
be honest. I don't know.
guy with uncorked pipes, and the diesel was just.
Oh, I got stuff to tell you about once we're off air because we're not gonna do it on
And
air.
it was so awful. Luckily, I made the turn on the crop, so I didn't have to be around it anymore.
You know what's
Anyway,
sad about that is I live with someone that has a VQ that is built and sounds amazing because it's cammed, and VQs can sound so good.
They can. I agree. They
Most
really
of them
can.
don't.
Most of them don't.
99
Most of them
9
are stock and
motor problem.
Hey,
stock and
I
straight
love him. I don't like the sound of that one.
It sounds so nasty at idle.
Nah, idle, but
I'm
anything
going,
past that.
So
Where you at, Dan? 8,000?
Oh, I.
Just because I know that.
But
this
it's on
car
Bring a
sold to somebody-
Trailer, so.
Well, no, that's why I'm throwing that 8,000 on there. To be honest, is because this went to like a niche place, in my opinion, for whoever bought it, and
12,000. 12.
it's
12,000.
clean,
No,
but it's
I-
got 400,000 miles
And
on
I
it.
think I even might be
5,000.
overshooting. Yeah, I think I might be overshooting on 8,000 just because of the
12,
mileage.
12,000.
5,000, 8,000, 12,000?
Yeah.
$6,521.
Really? Well, that's
Oh,
good.
yeah.
It's
No,
got
no.
400,000 miles on it. It could
But
just
I
say-
am
Yeah.
very excited about that. I mean, I am very,
Hey,
very excited about
Hopefully,
that.
whoever
It's
buys
a
this thing can drive it.
it's a 90s Japanese
Yes,
sports car
and
that's
just
affordable.
keep on driving it.
Right?
Just keep on driving it. Just
Yes.
keep on keeping on.
It's a
Let
Are
it
there
go.
any 90s Japanese cars that are still affordable? Right there.
Just keep on keeping on. Just go.
buy it, drive it, maintain it, make it go 1,000,000 miles. I want to see a 1,000,000
Yep.
mile MR2.
I
I mean, we know Toyotas can do it. You know,
Oh, yeah.
There's
Yeah.
million-mile Lexus,
Mm-hmm.
and we know that we've seen diesel trucks
Camrys.
turn 1,000,000 miles.
Yep.
And we've seen was that a Nissan Frontier or
We
the
had a Kia
Nissan?
that almost did.
Was it the Nissan Frontier or a Toyota Tacoma that went 1,000,000? And
Tacoma. That was
We
the
had a
Tacoma.
Kia
Mhm.
Yeah,
that-
and Toyota ended up basically trading his million
Yeah.
mile to go in their collection, and he got a brand new one.
We had a Kia that almost went 1,000,000 miles, and the only reason it didn't is
It got
because
hit.
it got hit. It still ran after it got hit. The car ran perfectly.
Or you got the runner-up, the dude with the Sedona. You remember that
Oh
one?
yeah.
I think that
And
was
the
before you
minivan,
left.
right?
The blue one. The guy brought it in because he figured the motor was getting tired and he needed some other stuff. 2011 Kia Sedona with almost 700,000 miles on it.
I remember that.
And he paid out of pocket for a brand new engine to be put in the car. And the engine actually did have a head gasket problem, but he even had said himself, I figured it was getting tired. It's been a lot of miles. And I hope that dude is still driving that thing right now.
Right.
Because and when you looked at it too, you couldn't tell it had that mileage on it. The whole outside of the thing was perfect. And the inside just had normal wear on the driver's seat.
A few years ago, there was a 2012 V6 Mustang traded in at the Ford dealership up here that had 340,000 miles on it. And looking at the car, you couldn't tell it.
Right.
It belonged to a lady that was a specialized traveling nurse. So she covered the entire state.
And she drove everywhere.
And drove everywhere in that thing, but it was bought new at our local dealership, and it was always serviced at our local dealership. Religiously serviced over that whole time. But when you looked at the car, you would not think it had almost 350,000 miles on it.
Well, anyway, on that note,
Alrighty.
we should wrap up then, yeah?
Probably.
All right, guys.
Yep.
It's been a pleasure.
We'll be back in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Bye,
And,
guys.
I'll
have
be
a good night.
I'll be 1 year older in 2
Just
weeks.
remember,
I know
guys,
you will.
Next
You'll be-
Friday.